Hello everyone and welcome to the Musical Ladder Portal. In today's video, we're going to be going over how to assign students to parents. The first example we'll be going over is if you are creating both a parent and a student brand new in your school. So the first thing you're going to want to do is from your director dashboard, go to Users and choose Add New User. And what we're going to do is we're going to create the parent first. Now, as you can see, for our example, I've gone ahead and entered all the information for our parent user. I've entered a first name, last name, an email. I've made sure that the role parent is checked. I've entered in all of the basic contact information as well as a birth date. Now, to create a child directly off of a brand new parent, since this is a new user, we're going to click Save and Add Child. Now, when we click this, we're going to get a notification that states that this option allows us to create a student who will be assigned to this user we've just created as a child. We will no longer be able to make any changes to our current parent. As long as we have all of the required information entered, we can go ahead and click Create Child. And from here, it's going to bring us to a new student page. It's going to let us know that we've successfully created the parent, in this case, Tanya Billings, and we're going to see that all of that basic contact information that we entered for our parent has been copied over to our child. Now, as you can see, I've gone ahead and filled in the information for our new student. We're entering in Brian Billings as a child of Tanya. Now, because he is a student with a parent, an email is not required for this student. So again, all that information has been copied over. We see that Tanya is his parent. We can go ahead and assign him his instruments, his level completed date, and his enrollment date. And once we click Submit, it's going to come up and let us know that we created Brian Billings. And now, if you look for these users, so if we look up the last name and we look in parents and students, no matter who we click on, if we go to edit them again, we're going to see that both of them are now assigned to each other. So if we went to Tanya, we'd see that her child, Brian, was assigned to her. When we edited Brian, we now see that Tanya, his parent, is assigned to him. The second situation you may run into as you're entering in your users is that you may have a parent entered into the system, but not a child. So we're going to go ahead and go through the steps of adding a child to an existing parent. So the first step of adding a child to an already existing parent is to actually find that parent user, whether you go and search for them through the All Users, or the easiest way is to, of course, search for the user through the search bar. So we're going to go ahead and we'll actually bring up Tanya again. So I'm going to type in her name, select parents, and Tanya's going to show up. When we click Tanya, it'll take us to her information bar. We're going to edit her. And again, all of the information that we entered earlier will be saved. All of this information is going to stay the same. We see that Brian is still assigned to her as her child. And you're going to see down here when you're editing a parent that you have an Add Child button. And that's what we're going to click to create that child directly off of a now existing parent. So if we click Add Child, it's going to take us to a new student again. This is the exact same page that we did for Brian, and we're going to go ahead and enter in another student. Now I've gone ahead again and entered in all of the students' information. So now we have Tanya's second child, Darian. We've again all of the information from Tanya has been copied over, so there's no double entry. We've got a birth date. We come down, Tanya is pre-selected. We've entered in an instrument, teacher, level, and level completed date, as well as an enrollment date. And when we hit Submit, it's going to go ahead and create Darian. And if we now go ahead again and look up Tanya, click Parents, open up Tanya's information, edit her one more time, we're going to see down here under her children that both of her children, Brian and Darian, have been added to her. Now, the last situation that you may run into at any point when creating a parent and a student combination is you may already have a parent created and you may already have a student created. So I've created another parent to add into our Billings family. If we look up Billings and we check both parents and students, we're going to see that we have both Brian and Darian, as well as Tanya, and now a new parent that I've created, John. Now at this point, Tanya has both children, Brian and Darian, assigned to her, but John does not. Now, on creation of a parent, you can assign the student, but if for some reason that doesn't happen right away, we can go ahead and we'll edit John, and we're going to add both Brian and Darian to him as children. So we're going to go ahead and click on John. We're going to edit him. We're going to scroll down to the parent section. Okay, and now we're able to select children. So if we click in here and we type in Billings, we're going to see that both Brian and Darian show up. So I'm going to select Brian first and then Darian. Once both children have been selected, we can click Submit, and now both Brian and Darian also will have John as a parent. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like and subscribe down below to be kept up to date on all the new Musical Ladder portal enhancements and updates.